who really want war, who really want to spar with a beast. Race hell, someone better call in a priest. Pardon my speech, but I'm hotter than the devil when I'm high up on a level that a god couldn't reach. I'm a dog in the streets, I don't do a lot of barking. Running this shit, I don't do a lot of walking. Keeping it 300 like I grew up with a Spartan. So out of this world, they confusing with a Martian. Damn, no one can stop me.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Problem Wright TV. In this video, this is Madden History Volume 9, Competitive Madden Part 5. We left off with Part 3 in 2007, and then Part 4 we were talking about money games. So on to 2008, and this video will just focus around that year. Yes, this was my biggest year as far as competitive play goes. This was my breakout year, you know, and I'd like to discuss that and tell you guys what happened. So Madden Nation, I applied to get on the show in 2007 for season 2, and I got turned down. And then in 2008, I was accepted to get on the show and compete against 11 other competitors for the $100,000. I ended up being teamed up with Cyrus the Virus. This was our Final 8 matchup. We ended up knocking off Prodigy and Delph, and then moving on to the Final 4. So the way it worked was you had to play a co-op game. One player would play a certain part of the game, the other player would play another part, offense or defense, or first quarter, second quarter, or first half, second half, whatever it was at the time. And we were going up against J Rose and Panoramic, and this was the Final 4. So, you know, one player at a time, you had to team up with your partner. Whoever was the best that day would advance to the finals. It happened to be me and Cyrus. So we end up getting to the finals, and it's on the biggest stage in Madden. This was in Times Square. There's Curly Top, the host, and we're playing for $100,000 in the middle of the street in Times Square. I had never been to New York, so that was awesome in itself. The nerves were high. You know, this was my first major game with this amount of money on the line, and honestly, this is probably one of my worst games I've ever played. I can't remember a time turning the ball over 5 times in one game. And that's what happened in this game. On the biggest stage, I turned the ball over 5 times. I'm the Bears. There's another interception. So I fumbled twice, and then I had 3 interceptions. So things, you know, if I told you that, you know, you would think that things were all the way bad and I got blown out or something. But, you know, I turned it over 5 times and was able to stay poised and able to fight through it. So I really think that, you know, God was just on my side this day. 2008, or it was actually the year 2007. That had been a really rough year in my life. Probably the roughest year in my life. I had just lost my father like 4 months prior. And then after that, after he passed away, I got that call where they told me I was going to be on the show. So that was cool. And then I found myself in this game where I was competing for $100,000 and nothing was going my way at all. Felt like it was all against me. But at the end of the day, I gave myself an opportunity to win. And that's exactly what, you know, played out. As you guys can see in the footage, I was down 7 at that point, late in the 4th quarter. I end up running the ball right here, I believe, and I think it's Cedric Benson. I think I give it to Cedric Benson right here. Yeah, that's who it is. And I score with 28 seconds left. Tie the game up at 17. 4th quarter, $100,000 on the line. So he's scrambling around with this quarterback on first down. This pass was the biggest play on defense right here on this drive. 1-on-1, was able to break it up. 2nd and 10, incomplete pass over the middle. So that brings up a 3rd and 10. There's only about 20 seconds left. And he's going to try to throw it again. Throws it into double coverage, and it's batted down. So it brought up a 4th and 10 for me. You know, for him, I guess you could say. And he's going to decide to punt the ball away. I have 2-3 on my team. The best kick/punt returner to ever do it. Devin Hester is going to return this ball from the 20. Take it all the way back to midfield, past midfield to his 45-yard line. And this is where the biggest play of my Madden career happens. 6 seconds left. I throw it up, and Bernard Berrien, will never forget that name, catches it 1-on-1. He's in cover 2, and I end up winning. So, again, biggest game of my life, and really my coming out party. I had won a lot of local and Players Bowl tournaments in 2007, but this was the really big major that put me over the top. So biggest tournament that I had won. Allowed me to join the likes of Duca, who was the Season 1 champion, the Season 2 champion, which was Billy, aka Secret, someone who I ended up, being rivals with for a while, and we ended up actually being in the same crew eventually. So it was Duca, the 2006 champion, 2007 champion was Secret, and then I joined them in 2008 as the 100 grand winner from Madden Nation. But the year wouldn't stop there. That was Madden Nation, the tour bus, the show that was on ESPN2. There was still the Madden Challenge, the biggest tournament of the year, the most competitive tournament of the year, where players would compete at the NFL cities and play in the regionals and then advance to the final tournament. This is footage from the final tournament. The final tournament was held at Universal City Walk. This was actually at Universal Studios, and in Hollywood, California. And you're going to see some of the competitors that made it far in the tournament. There's RG. As you know, him and Chow decided to work for EA Sports in 2010, and they're still there working on the game every year. This was a crazy game. As you can see, Big Gene kicking for the win, and the win just takes his ball all the way to the right because he didn't kick it with great accuracy. And it opened up a spot for K-Star. K-Star loves himself, by the way. Shouts to K-Star, man. Hey, this is probably K-Star's biggest moment in his Madden career, and it was awesome because, he took out a legend, Big Gene. So, knocked off Big Gene. K-Star ended up making it to the final 8 in this tournament. He was in the black side of the bracket, and then this is me. I'm in the red side. I'm playing Mike T. This was early on in the event. As you can see, Randy Moss, just an absolute monster. Yes, he was number 6 in the game for a while because that's the number they started him off with without the updated rosters. But I end up knocking off Mike Teasy, and you're going to see Van versus Haroon, which is Prodigy versus Houseshoe. And Prodigy gets the best of Houseshoe in this matchup, and he ends up knocking off Houseshoe in the round of 16. So I end up playing Prodigy in the final 8, and I end up beating him. And then the other final 8 matchup on my side was the winner of this game, which ended up being Young Nephew. Look at Young Nephew with the team suit. Like, no one used the Eagles this year besides him. So he's always been very unique, and I tell people that all the time. Very unique player. Used the Eagles, and then this game was just absolutely crazy. 40 G's had the game won, but he forgot the clock was running and did not get his field goal off. He let the time run out. Secret ends up hanging on to the win, 13-12, as you can see Secret celebrating. So this led to the final 8 matchups. Jet knocked off Cornstar in his final 8 matchup, and he played the winner of Chow and RG, which ended up being Chow. Chow ended up advancing to the finals after knocking off Jet. And then in the red side, it was me versus Van. I knocked off him. And then we had Billy versus Young Nephew. Secret ended up winning that. And then I ended up playing Chow in the finals, winning my first Madden Challenge in 2008. So this is the updated list of the Madden Challenge guys from 2003 to 2008. Yes, I finally won the Madden Challenge. And it happened to be the same year that I won Madden Nation. So huge accomplishment for me. My biggest Madden year to date. And I'll never forget that year. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you drop a like on it. Subscribe to the channel as well. Appreciate the love and support. I'm out till next time. Peace.